Hi guys, Dr. Kristie Ennis. If you have this bleh feeling in the leg, this video is going to be so helpful for you to learn some techniques to actually finally get you feeling better when you're sitting, when you're moving, when you're standing, and when you're bending. This first one you want to make sure you do before any of the other ones. So if you happen to be a little crooked, or as I say, shift happens, or if you're straight but you have pain, let's say it's just on your left side, you're going to get the non-painful or the straight side towards the wall. Your elbow is going to go right into that wall, or your forearm. You're going to step away from the wall, so I'm in a nice straight line. I'm going to take my hand on that hip, and it's just a very gentle push in towards that wall. Now, you only want to push in as far as you can without it causing pain. So it's okay if that means it's just this little tiny push. Make sure though that you're not moving that whole body to start, just this little tiny push. As it starts to get better, you can do that and even add a little side bending in. But again, all of this should be pain-free or very unpainful. And you want about 10 to 15 reps at least once a day or anytime you find that you're in that crooked position. Our next one, and this is important to do in this step also, so this should be number 2, is a nerve glide. You can do this lying on your bed. You don't have to get on the floor, but you're going to bring those hands behind that leg. And if you see this, you've probably like, oh, that's a hamstring stretch, right? If you straighten your leg out, and you would be sort of right. This is the right position, but we do not want to stretch the nerve. They hate it. So if you've been stretching your hamstring because it feels tight, you want to stop doing that now, and we want to glide that nerve instead. So again, starting in that same position, but instead of that hold, you're going to straighten that knee until you feel just a gentle pull, and then you're bringing it right back down. So the nerve can get trapped in many different places. Like I said, we're trying to get it to glide in its groove. It's got its new groove going on, but you do not want to hold it so that you don't really aggravate it. And I've seen that happen a lot. Might feel good to stretch it right in the beginning, but then as time goes on, it's like, oh, that feels just absolutely awful. And you will make it worse in the long run. So the other option you can do, if you go, well, this really doesn't feel that bad, then you can go ahead and add those toes towards you. That increases that nerve glide a little bit. You even, depending on which part of the nerve is affected, may need to turn that foot in or out to kind of feel it. So really what you're looking for is, where do you start to feel that little bit of a pull? Go to that position and then back right off. I usually start with about 10 or so. If you find though that it's really irritating, totally okay to do less than that. And then you can gradually increase to about 15. And again, just on the side that it's irritated. Next one, you get to stay right on your bed for, or again, if it does happen to be more comfortable on the floor, go ahead and get right down on the floor. Usually it's not though, so don't take my example as the example. You're going to start with those feet a little bit apart, usually about hip width apart. And you're going to bring those knees just over slightly in one direction. Inhale back in the middle, and then exhale over to the other side. Now, if you've got just that little movement and it feels great, you can go ahead then and see if you can just go a tiny bit more. But if you go, oh, that hurts, please don't go to that point. So the next repetition that you do, you want to stop before it gets to that discomfort. And you will find over time that you'll be able to get a little bit more range of motion, but we absolutely don't want to push this. It's not no pain, no gain, just that little bit of motion and roughly about 10 to each side. This next one is one of my favorite stretches. And if you've seen any of my other videos for the hips, I'm sure you have seen me do this figure 4 stretch. Now, the reason this is at this point in the video is because you actually only want to do this in certain situations for sciatica. Sciatica can be caused by many different things, including a disc or muscle or stenosis where you're getting that arthritis. So you're going to do a little test certainly as well. If you stand and you go to bend forward and that causes pain, you are not, that's a big X in one direction, you are not going to do this stretch. If that gives you relief, then it is okay to go ahead and do this stretch. And I'll explain that a little bit more as we go into it. So you're going to take one ankle, cross it over that thigh. If that feels like a nice gentle pull, that might be exactly where you want to start. If it's too much to thread those hands underneath that opposite thigh, if it feels like a good stretch, not a super duper strong pull, this is okay to do. But if you go, ooh, there's no way, You can start by just bringing that knee across the body a little bit. Now again, only doing this if you found that bending forward doesn't hurt. And I know we're not bending our spine forward, but when you bring this knee up, or when you're bringing this knee up or across, that's still flexing the spine. So when you bend forward and it causes pain, that's putting pressure. This will as well. I'll actually link a video for you guys on whether it's sciatica or piriformis, since it can be caused by several things, and that might help you out too. The other thing here with this one is that this one should feel pretty good right away. If there's any pain as you go to do any of these positions, just eliminate that one for right now. You can certainly do both sides, but always, of course, making sure to really focus in on that side that's the irritated one. For the last one, you're back at your bed again. You're gonna put a pillow there just to help support. You're gonna get towards the edge of that bed. So my belly, my hips really, right, are right at the edge, and you're getting comfy. You're letting yourself literally hang. So don't hold your legs up. Just let all of that weight go so that you're actually getting weight down into those toes. This is taking that spine and helping to separate it a little, so we're getting some space in that spine. And you should get into this and immediately go, Calgon, take me away. If you don't, you want to get out of this position. If you want to add a little bit to it, as long as it feels good, you can even get a nerve glide here by taking, we'll stick with that left side, right? If that's the side that's irritated. If you slide that foot back, kind of press into those toes and slide it back again. Same idea as the other nerve glide. You're not holding it, and you're only doing a few repetitions at a time, building up to that 10 to 15 to make sure it feels okay. If this just doesn't seem like the way for you to go, and you just want to hang out, you can. And I say about 3 to 5 nice deep abdominal breaths in this position.